Hey everybody, Alex from SeemsGoodMagic.com here, back doing a best of 3 Brothers War draft. All right, rare, fade from history. This is probably a card you could first pick and then kind of try and avoid artifacts and enchantments, so then maybe you can just hit all of your opponent's stuff. Basically a one-sided board wipe. Potentially. The problem is there's a lot of good artifacts and enchantments. Audacity, another uncommon, good, but not as good as our other 2 uncommons. The Hero of the Dunes, which I haven't played with, but is good. And then Falaji Vanguard, which is phenomenal. But they're both multicolor, so not the greatest place to start. Otherwise, there is Scrapwork Cohort, which is a great common soldier. I take Vanguard over it, probably, even though it's colorless, just because this card is just so good. Really puts games away. Sheesh. I'm kind of just not feeling the fade from history, but like I said, you can kind of build around it if you avoid artifacts and enchantments. We'll see. Might end up regretting that. All right. Well, there's Demolisher here, which is a card I like, but the format is just so fast that it turns out to not be that good. It's just a bit too slow unless you've got a bunch of ramp. So we're probably looking at the other 2 uncommons, which are at least on color with our first pick and don't get affected by it. So we've got Skyfisher Spider and Arbalest Engineer. You know, I haven't played the Engineer. Kind of tempted to take this one. I've gotten destroyed by this quite a few times. And all 3 modes are pretty good. Kill something or make something bigger and give it trample haste. Usually I would suspect you do it to itself or get a Power Stone token. All those are good. Spider is very good. It's got reach. I'm going to try the Engineer out, though, just because I haven't played it. Otherwise, nothing else in green worth second picking. Honor Guard is playable, not terribly exciting. Chaplain is good. Good card advantage. You get a flyer out of it, too. But we'll take the Engineer. It's just a lot of X1s to kill. You get good value out of that. Okay. So choices now, uncommons are Arms Race, Meticulous Excavation, and Mishra's Bauble. Well, I guess Bauble technically doesn't get affected by Fade from History because you can just, you know, sack it and get a card the next turn, whatever. Could take a Rock Hunter here, which is a fine card. It's a soldier, it's a 2-drop, and it has reach. So all of those equate to being pretty good. Disfigure is some very playable removal. Third Path Savant, I felt like was good in the beginning of the format, but once again, it's like so slow. Format is so fast that this is too slow. Gixian Infiltrator is good for the sack deck. I love Scrapwork Mutt. I almost think, actually, now that I think about it, I think I like the Mutt more than the Hunter. Although, once again, run into that Fade from History problem, don't we? It's just nice to be able to turn a land into something better. I'm going to take the Rock Hunter. I mean, this early, we should probably still just be looking at the strongest cards in the pack. So, yeah, Paratrooper is excellent in white. We have the Cohort, not the chance to get it. Not so hot with the Fade from History, although this one kind of avoids it a little bit. Just because it has Unearth, so you're getting more bodies out of it. Hostile Negotiations, this format is aggressive enough where it's hard to afford losing 3 life. Cliff Stomper for the mono red deck was actually pretty good. But I don't know if I want that here. I mean, the strongest card is probably Paratrooper. Giant Growth I like a lot, actually. It's a good combat trick. Seems a bit early to take it, but honestly, 1 mana extra 3 damage if you're trying to be aggressive is pretty strong. And Blanchwood Prowler gets you some value. Ugh, I don't like any of these. I'm taking the Prowler just because it's a 2-drop. That can get me back value. That probably was the wrong pick, to be honest. It's just very unexciting pack for what we're trying to do. Once again, it's like Fade from History is going to make this difficult. There's an Air Marshal. Stern Lesson, maybe the best card. Could take the Juggernaut. Same problem, Fade from History. Maybe I just not worry about it. Just take the card and it comes back. There's Perimeter Patrol, which avoids it, but basically wants you to play an artifact deck. That's true. Whatever. I'll just take the patrol. I'm going to see if I can build around a Fade from History here, because I haven't done it before. It's also a cheap 3-mana 3/3 is not bad, and then it only gets better from there. That's pretty good actually. Opportunist is good. It does spit out an artifact, but it doesn't matter because then at least you get a 2/2 out of it when you destroy it. And it's a good card. It just lets you power out some bigger fatties. Lauren is probably the best card here. And Conscripted Infantry is actually pretty good too. Another chance to get the Juggernaut, but I'll take the Opportunist and see how this works out for me here. All right. So there's Cavalry, which is good for soldiers. We only have 2 currently. Architect, I haven't really played. Power Plant Worker, not that exciting. In green, there's Harvest, not that good. Cohort's got to be the best card here. Even though it's an artifact, whatever, like I said, on Earth. So Bitter Reunion does actually get blown up by Fade from History, but it kind of already does its job, so it doesn't really matter. And I found this card to actually be oddly good. Otherwise, Phalanx Vanguard is good, but once again, kind of getting out of the Fade from History plan. I might just accept that the Fade from History plan is not going to work, but I'll take the Bitter Reunion. This card's actually pretty good. Mitigates some Flood. All right, we can take the Juggernaut now, which is fine. Tawnos Tinkering, not that good. Demolisher, expensive, but at this point we have a couple ramp already. Maybe this is something we can do. Or we take the Honor Guard, which is another 2-drop. I'm going to stick to my aggro plan here and see if it works. I feel like I typically play more expensive things. So I'm going to try the old play cheaper things, cheap beats, and see how it does. Just because I really haven't drafted a deck like this before. That's just a lot of 2 and 3 drops. And then blow up the world of artifacts and enchantments when we're not really playing any, even though we are playing some. Maybe we can end up not playing them, we'll see. And then I can even possibly run less lands if I'm running stuff like Prowler. And, you know, I still have the ramp I don't really need. All right, we can try Domination. It's a very aggressive card, but unfortunately it also gets blown up by Fade from History. So probably not the card we're looking for exactly. Firebomb's very expensive, but we don't need a refinery, so. Admittedly, this is not what I typically draft. This is kind of an odd, ambitious deck. Geez, Urza's Command is so good. So I can abandon ship on red and take Urza's Command. Probably wheel a Giant Growth anyway. All right. We'll see. I'm just taking this because it's the strongest card and we're likely to wheel Giant Growth anyway, but in all seriousness, we're probably still... I mean, if the cards flow, if we're able to see some powerful green-red stuff, I'd like to stick to aggro green-red with Fade from History and just kind of try it. But if we're getting blue, I mean, Urza's Command... You still want powerful cards. All right, Gwenna. There you go. There's a powerful card. Yeah, this is a good one. Really good one. So we can take that. Now we have a lot of ramp without that much payoff, but that's all right. This card, unfortunately, we don't have any creature spells with power 5 or greater yet. Wait, that's not true. We have the Juggernaut that I kind of don't want to play. Demolisher. I mean, we can still play artifacts and enchantments. It's just they're going to make Fade from History worse. And then there's Excavation Explosion, which is good removal. But I'd still rather have Gwenna because this just ramps and gets things bigger. Once again, kind of lets us play less lands, I think. What does this do? Pay any amount of life. Oh, and this makes creatures where life is the amount. All right. Or where it's the amount of life paid, I see. Mask of the Jadecrafter I played. It's actually pretty good. Sprite is good. I think I like the Sprite more than the Rock Hunter. This you can put mana into at some point and can't be blocked by artifact creatures is actually way relevant in this format. So, all right, we'll take the Sprite. And that's a bit of a miss. So we can take the Boulder Branch Golem. I mean, Scrapsmith, there's really no point in playing Scrapsmith if we're avoiding artifacts and enchantments. So I guess I'll just play this big fatty since we've got all of this ramp now with the Opportunist, Gwenna, Engineer. Another Fade from History. You know what? I'm actually going to take it. I'm going to take that as a sign that we're not supposed to play artifacts and enchantments, and we're somehow going to make this deck come together. I'm going to try and play no artifacts and enchantments and play a double Fade from History, blow up the world deck, and see if we can make it work. Well, Mishra, Mishra's a little less exciting for that plan. How many creatures do I have currently? So I have 8 creatures. I could go heavy on the giant growths and then really just focus on beatdown, because this is not going to... Well, no, that's not true. This rummages. Rummaging is still important. So we'll take the rummage over the giant growth. Yeah, even when you're not pitching artifacts. It's got haste too. Could be good. So another perimeter patrol, which is in this deck a 3-mana 3/3, basically. That's not true. We've got Opportunist and Engineer, which can pump it. And these, you know, they do double duty in this deck because they also net us a bear creature. This is one of the more ambitious decks I've probably made here. So a second Mishra, basically once again because it's had its haste, or I can take a second Prowler. I'm going to actually take the Legend uncommon because Rummaging is that good. Hopefully wheel some giant growths. I don't think that's out of the question here. So I would like some more early game. Not that we're missing that much, but I don't think some more would hurt. And then, yeah, Fade from History is our ambitious plan to be a one-sided board wipe. Well, good. We've got the giant growth. We're at 11 creatures. If we can just basically play a bunch of giant growths and call it good. Hopefully not play Mishra's Domination, but hey, if I have to, I have to. Shoot down is fine, but we have double Fade from History, which I imagine is doing similar things. This can also deal with creatures with flying, but whatever. All right, Guy's Gift is actually pretty good. The Stalwart, I mean, we have all the ramps, so we could play the Demolisher, but I'm trying to stay aggressive here. I'm going to play the Guy's Gift, which is a combat trick that also... I don't need any of this. I'll just take the uncommon, because usually I like an Aeronaut's Wings, but not in a double Fade from History deck. So I don't need any of this either. Just cutting green. Well, good. We got more stuff. Could take a Prowler. Once again, if we're playing 16 lands, I think Prowler's a little bit better. In case I need more lands, I'll take it. All right, got a third giant growth. Sure. All right. Puppeteer. Well, it's a good card. We're not really drawing cards, though, so that's not exactly going to work. Blackblade Reforge. So we have 2 Mishras. But it's an artifact, so there goes that plan. Pyrrhic Blast, but our dudes aren't super fat. I guess really get ambitious, do some giant growths, and then Pyrrhic Blast. Might just want the... I wonder if I just want the Pallbearer. Because we actually have the ramp to support Pallbearer, so... Not bad. Gives us some top end. And it's got trample. I'll just take it because we're looking for some top end here. Lets you trade early and do some stuff and things. All right, I can take another Opportunist. I mean, it's never bad. But you can really only use the mana for activated abilities, which we basically only have the sprite. So I'd like some more. Oh, well, I guess you can use it for Mishra. Okay. Oh, yeah, the Pallbearer makes the Gwenna better, too. I mean, we're borderline mono green here. All right. So Epic Confrontation, I think I will take. Actually, I'm going to take Excavation Explosion instead. I think this is much better. Plus is another thing. Makes a Power Stone token, so your Fade from History nets you a bear, and you're still killing something. It also can deal damage to the face, which is good. Jeez, bit of a miss here. I'm gonna maybe just take the Chain Dancer. This card is actually pretty good with Giant Growth. You can deal 10 damage with 1 Giant Growth. That's surprisingly good. Actually, we might just want the Sprite though. Once again, if we're making all these Power Stone tokens, at least we can pump mana into this. It's another 2-drop. It's a pretty good one. We have all these tricks, so I want to take advantage of them. All right, Recluse is not bad. It's got reach. It has Death Touch. Creature count's already there, though. I could take a second Gaia's Gift. It avoids... I mean, Reach, Trample, Hexproof, Indestructibles. Kind of a nice combination of things. All right, we'll take it. Another Giant Growth. I think I will. Actually, I like Whirling Strike. I think I actually like Whirling Strike more than Giant Growth. Maybe that's wrong, though. I found this card to be incredibly strong, though. We already have 3 Giant Growth. I'm going to take it. This card's good. It really pushes damage through. So, Blanchwood Armor, if we were mono green, but I don't think we are. Razor Maw. Do we have a lot of need for Mill? I guess it's good for Pallbearer. I feel like there was one other card it was good for, but I can't recall what it is. At least the Opportunists, once again, are good for Perimeter Patrol. Same with the Explosion. I guess I'll take an Infantry. I don't really need an Infantry, but... So, I don't think we're doing the Shoot Down. Steel Exemplar. Well, that's good if you're monocolor. But I suppose I want to play the red. Stalwart. Razor Maw, don't need any of them. Automaton. So can take Pyrrhic Blast again. Can take another Prowler. I think we'll just take another Opportunist. Just because at least the Power Stone token, once again, pumps our Perimeter Patrol. So it kind of does something for that. And you can use it, once again, for your activated abilities. Mishra, but more importantly, probably the Argothian Sprites. Infantry or Blanchwood Prowler, number 3. I mean, I guess we can take Prowlers. I doubt we're playing them. But we can get away with 16 lands if we top out our curve with 1 6-drop with all this ramp. So we'll probably be fine on that front. I don't need any of this. So I can always sideboard out of Fate from History if our opponent is also not playing artifacts. All right, yeah, getting Chain Dancer is actually pretty good. I'm happy to see that because this card is going to be really good in here. Even with Whirling Strike, Trample Double Strike is pretty strong. All right, we'll take the Recluse. And Recluse is actually really good with Whirling Strike too. Trample, First Strike, Death Touch it's a nice combination of abilities. Would I rather just play the Prowlers or the Honor Guard? Honor Guard's going to deal more damage, and we're trying to be aggressive, so... Yes, I took it over the Demolisher, I know, but we're gonna find a way to play 4 Giant Growth, I'll tell you that much. So we'll try 16 lands, so that probably means we want to keep the curve low and actually do the Blanchwood Prowlers. So we probably cut things like Hoarding Recluse... I mean, infantry's fine, but I think we want to cut back on 3-drops that aren't doing enough for this deck. So we still need to make 5 cuts. We have 18 creatures, so 3 can be creatures. So weakest creatures in the deck. It's probably still the Perimeter Patrols, isn't it? Maybe we cut 2 Perimeter Patrols, 1 Prowler, and then we should probably cut non-creature cards at this point. Which... it's like everybody's just looking at Fade from History. No. Maybe 1 Gaia's Gift, 1 Giant Growth. I want to keep the Whirling Strike. I think we want to keep Bitter Reunion in case we get flooded too. Plus, you know, actually giving haste, oddly, it does something at some point, believe it or not. All right, let's cut a Guy's Gift. It's got a Giant Growth. And call this a deck. All right, this is not something I ordinarily draft. It's very ambitious, but somehow we got double Fade from History, so we'll give it a try. Yeah, we'll see what we can do with it. I think it's an interesting deck. I don't know if it's good. I wouldn't say good, but it's interesting. All right, we'll see you round 1. All right, we're going to play first because we are aggro. I'm thinking about the 6-lander. This one we can keep. Good hand. We'll probably dump the Honor Guard and we'll go Sprite into Mishra. That sounds good. But hey, we got that Fade from History there in case we need it. I mean, another option is, no, I was going to say we can cut one of our lands. That's true. But this curve probably feels a little bit better. And Mishra is important because it can attack on turn 3 and it can rummage for us if we need to rummage. All right, I'm going to do the Rock Hunter first, I think. Fade from History, probably a better plan in best of 1 now that I think about it. All right, now I wonder if we probably do. Yeah, do we attack? It's a bad trade for us. But I don't have... No, I do have ways to pump. But do I really want to use like a Giant Growth? I have Guy's Gift and I have Whirling Strike too. So we have enough options where... Also, but by the same token, I don't really want Blanchwood Prowler to hold me back. It's a tough one. Oddly, I think I play the Argothian Sprite because at least it can attack into the Prowler. Hey, Fade from History, doing his job here. At some point. All right, so now we'll do Mishra. And I think I will trade with the Rock Hunter. I'm not thrilled about it, but we need to start swapping cards in our hands, so... And I want to get attacks in. I need to deal with the Prowler at some point. I can't just wait for a... I need to be able to attack with my other dudes, too, so... It's alright. Alright, hey. Fade from History. Still looking good. We probably are going to do a little bit of the waiting game now, though, until... until this Fade from History does exactly what we want it to. We just want them to keep powering out those artifacts and enchantments. Activate abilities. So I can activate abilities of my Argothian Sprite with it. That's pretty cool. So I can actually start pumping Sprite starting next turn. That's nice. I guess I'd have to play a land for that. Right now I'm just digging with Mishra because I feel like... Yeah, like something like that. That's good. Now at least... play Opportunist. Get a Power Stone token. We can attack with Gwenna. Sure. Alright. Well, Paratrooper's going to be a little bit less exciting here, but that's alright. Well, not really what I wanted to see. What I was hoping to see is another artifact or enchantment, but I guess I'll have to settle for that. Let's see. So I'm probably casting Fade from History on my turn, which I guess means I take 6. Not thrilled about that. Okay, so Gwenna can activate abilities of things. I'm going to attack first because we're in a pretty rough spot here. All right, so they got baited even though we really didn't have anything there. So now we do Fade from History. Still in a pretty tough spot here though, aren't we? They have lethal too. All right, I don't know if the Fade from History plan is going to work against this deck. Probably not looking so hot. Probably going to bring in a shoot down instead, I suppose. Although, I mean, it does have targets. It's just, I was hoping for more than, 2 targets. I was hoping for like a deck full of artifacts and enchantments. There's probably more in there. All right. So I think we'll pitch the mountain here. That's good. Don't quite have the mana to do Explosion plus Whirling Strike though, do I? And we are at 7. And we're likely just going to die to those cohorts, aren't we? Let's just see if they have Lauren's Escape. No. So I guess we're not dead next turn, as long as I keep 3 blockers back. No, that's not true. The Unearthed cohort's probably going to get us. Nice one. All right, so we'll go to game 2, get honey broasted by some better cards there. Yep. So Fade from History technically does have targets, but I don't know if it's good enough here, but we're probably just going to keep it around anyway. We'll do the shoot down so I can at least like deal with flyers or get another reach guy. So we'll probably trade the Recluse for the Chain Dancer to have reach. We'll bring in the shoot down for, I guess they showed us Prison Sentence, but well, this gives reach too, so probably a Giant Growth, I guess. And everything else the same. Guess so. Play first. Yeah, it's a keep. We can pitch a mountain. I don't think we have double red in here, right? No double red, so we can play the Bitter Union and pitch a mountain. And then we can go into Mishra. Now we can pitch a forest, I guess. Cool, okay. Alright, so we'll do the Opportunist here into Recluse. Could do Mishra actually next turn. Sure. Well, at least they can't get the Unearth dude. That's good. They do get a Plains though if they want. They're choosing whether they want a Plains or have a 2/2 to be able to block my Opportunist. But I think we want to get the rummaging on early here with the Mishra. Alright, we have our own Prowler, which we kind of don't need. Although, I guess it gives us more rummaging fodder for Mishra. So I'll play our second mountain. We'll attack for 3. I'm going to do Mishra, I think. Could do the Recluse here. Alright, I changed my mind. This keeps both their dudes back, so I kind of like it. So I can do Mishra, pitch a land, play a land, and still play Prowler, or play something else if I find it. So I'll probably do Mishra Rummage before I even attack, just to see what we get, because we have combat tricks and stuff in here. Sure. Hey, are they missing a land drop? That would be horribly convenient for us. Alright. Not missing a land drop. Alright. Sure. Oh, Giant Growth. There's a good one. So, let's go. Still want to do the land plus Mishra. Pause there, which makes me think they have like a Lauren's Escape or something, but nothing to be done about that. So, best use of mana is probably the Whirling Strike. But if I do Giant Growth, I don't lose my Opportunist. It's just not the best use of mana. I think I'll trade I'd rather risk trading a Giant Growth for either a Chaplain or a Loren's Escape. Yeah, if I do the Whirling Strike, it's way worse for us. So basically we're trading. They get a Scry effect, but we get the Loren's Escape out of the way, which is good. I still have my Whirling Strike, which is good. And I dealt them some damage, so that's good too. Can't protect there, so Recluse dies, and I guess we'll, I don't know, get rid of their, we'll put that on the bottom of their library. Alright. Shoot down. I mean, it's good, but let's do the Prowler. Probably get a land, so then we can have some more Mishra value here. So we lost our Fate from History, whatever. So we'll do Mishra and pitch the mountain. Alright, so we're going to pitch that mountain next turn. So we'll get him for 3 here. And we'll pass. All right, so we can at least get rid of that. So we can use Mishra to pitch land and still be able to do Whirling Strike and shoot down. So that's good. Alright, that's cool. So we'll shoot down cavalry and get in. Yeah, Fate from History is not looking so hot here. So I guess we'll pitch the Fate from History. Oh, Engineer looks good. What do I have to do? Just Ward 2? Sweet. All right. Well, I can do that. I mean, I guess I could also just kill their flyers, knock over the race. That's probably the better way to do this. Because their last card's, I'm going to guess, a Perimeter Patrol. They have 2 Loren Escapes. Guys, got target. All right, fine. You have better things than me. You got it. Got a Rock Hunter in here somewhere. Oh, they're going to perimeter patrol and wreck our day. Got it. Oops. So that goes there. We'll do this. They have 7 mana and 1 card in hand, and they're attacking like they have a perimeter patrol, so I'm going to guess that's what it is. And by perimeter patrol, I mean ambush paratrooper. I don't know why I said perimeter patrol. Probably because I was looking at perimeter patrol, but whatever. You got what I was saying. I blocked in a way that they had that card. So, all right. So far, the Fade from History plan, really, really ugly here in game 1. Real ugly. All right. We'll see you round 2. All right. Round 2. We'll keep this. So we'll go probably Bitter Reunion into either Gwenna or Mishra. Mishra can at least attack. So we'll pitch the Forest here. Let's see, they're going to Curate maybe. So we definitely want to do Gwenna first turn. Ooh, that card's good. It grows too. It's a good one. All right, we'll do Gwenna first because it just lets us power out an Opportunist and a Mishra next turn. Ooh, how much life are they going to pay? Are they artifact tokens too? Well, I can Fade from History now, and then they can't even make a 7/7 next turn, so that's pretty cool. Fade from History, doing something? Well, we want to attack first, I guess. I don't have enough mana to power out something with Gwenna, like play a creature plus do Fade from History. So we'll just attack plus do Fade from History and be happy enough about that, I guess. We get a 2/2 as well. Jeez. Aggressive. Butcher, sure. All right. Hey, Pallbearer, this is a good one. And this untaps with that too, right? Cool. All right. So we'll do the Pallbearer, untap, attack, and I can do Whirling Strike as well? No. No, I can't. That's okay. We don't have any creatures in our yard anyway, right? No, I'm just going to get a 5/5 trample, though. No, it actually works out okay. Because I can still do like a Opportunist here, I guess. More power than Mishra, so. And it generates the Power Stone token. Very important. So, Fade from History, once again, I've got 1 whole target I've seen this game. Maybe they'll have another one they're going to play here. Nope. Alright. Hey, Giant Growth plus Whirling Strike is pretty solid. So, we can get in with both our dudes. Alright, so we can do Arbalest Engineer to finish off the Butcher. So I do have 6 mana, but just Whirling Strike plus Giant Growth is 8 damage. They deal take 6. Oh, I see. I don't have enough to do both. So we'll just do the Whirling Strike on the Opportunist. That's good. And then we'll play the Engineer. Finish off the Butcher. Alright. Got game 1. Once again, playing against a deck that showed us practically nil artifacts, enchantments. Although I'm not going to complain because Fade from History did its job this game. Absolutely did its job. Sheesh. Stick to the tricks? Is that the plan? Maybe we'll do Recluse again and dump the Chain Dancer because like, potentially... Maybe Recluse is just better than Chain Dancer. I just thought Chain Dancer would be better when you have 3 Giant Growths, a Whirling Strike, and a Gaia's Gift, but who knows? All right, we'll do that and run her back. Okay, we can keep this. At least Prowler and Mishra are good synergy. Get like a free rummage. Man, you know your deck's bad when you're like bragging about that kind of synergy. Alright, let's just jam Mishra. No, I guess Gwenna is the smartest one there, isn't it? Sure. Hey! Fade from History. Potentially doing something here. That's good. So I can blow up the Thopter. But I think we're going to stick to the Gwenna plan here. Just because powering out Pallbearer is going to be real good next turn. Untapping our Gwenna as well. Pumping something. Sure. Alright. So we can do the Prowler again, plus like a Mishra. I think I'm going to do Mishra actually. And we'll get in for 3. Sure. So, let's see here. So we jam a Pallbearer and get in for 5. So let's see, we have a lot of combat tricks in here. Let's dump a land. Another land, so do Opportunist plus Sprite. And I guess we can play another land and then pass. Oh, really? Oh, because they drew a card. I guess that makes sense. So we'll double block here. No, it makes more sense to double block, but triple block like this. All right. Okay. Okay, Butcher. So we have the Rock Hunter, but doesn't do us enough good here. So pitch that. All right, so we'll attack with the Sprite. I don't really want to block here. I think we need to find one of our Fade from History, so I'm actually going to dump the Rock Hunter, I think. There's a Whirling Strike. Not quite what I'm looking for, though. That's all right. Did we already play it with Fade from History, or We just haven't seen one of our 2 yet. I see. All right, well, we'll do this. Pitch the land. And growth. So we're going to die next turn. So I wonder if I can do Opportunist. Give haste. We don't have enough to deal lethal. So 5, 8, 10, not enough. So we'll go to game 2 here. All right. Deck is definitely not working. Even when we have a time where Fade from History would have come up huge, we don't get one of our 2 Fade from Histories. Oh man, yeah, this plan it was pretty ambitious. Like I said, ambitious. It's maybe synonymous with bad, unfortunately. So they go for the Throat and Overwhelming. We want our second Guy's Gift for sure. That's going to be an important card. We'll probably pitch a Giant Growth for that. Because they have a lot of spot removal. Shoot down for the 1 flyer we saw. No, we saw 2 flyers. That's true. All right, whatever. We'll do shoot down over a Giant Growth too, because I just lost to a flyer that I wouldn't have been able to beat if I had Fade from History. We'll play first. Unfortunate mulligan. This one we'll keep. We'll pitch one of our Mishras because we don't need to. Although the first one probably dies, but whatever. I think it's probably better to have the shoot down. Alright, well now we can at least do Bueno. And that way we can power out 2 creatures next turn, which is good. So we can do Opportunist plus Sprite. Well, that's good. So 4, 5. So we have enough to pump the Sprite. So we'll do that. Found their black mana, so they can kill the Sprite. Alright, so they're probably going to do overwhelming whatever here, but it's alright. We'll do Mishra, and we're actually going to attack with, I think, everything here. So they can kill the Sprite or whatever. Well, now we have Giant Growth, so... Three, 7, 9. So we don't quite have lethal, but that's all right. So they have, let's see. Do shoot down on the Warplow. Attack with everything. Say they have a kill spell for our biggest thing. They have to deal with 2 of our things, so. Can also just do the explosion on them. They can't block the sprite with the war plow, but they're probably going to kill the sprites. Then block, they take 2. They still die to excavation explosion. We probably just do that then. Alright, we'll see you for round 3. Alright, round 3, we'll keep it. Alright, nice. Got Quina into Pallbearer, not bad. That's a good one. Alright, so we'll go Pallbearer. And pass. Let's see if they have epic confrontation or something along those lines. Yep, looks like it. Look at this. You play enough, you just figure stuff out like that, I guess. So, I have a choice here. I might actually just trade. Because my 3-4, there are literally no other targets for it. I think I'm actually going to just trade here. Plus giant growth? Nice. Nice. Good job. Alright, let's do reunion. Pitch a forest. Alright, so then we can go opportunist, I guess. Hey, 3 for 3 on matches where Fade from History does basically nothing. I'm just that lucky, guys. I seriously am. I'm just like the luckiest guy in the world. In an artifact format, I've played 3 matches where practically devoid of artifacts. That's remarkable. That's pretty special. All right, let's go. Well, they can't pump Sprite, so I can do Chain Dancer, get the double strike going. Let's just attack for 3 this turn. And then we'll go. Chain Dancer plus Honor Guard here. Take another hit from the Baloth. Oh, they have the mana to pump the Sprite. Is there a way I can kill them on their turn? So I can deal 10, 13, 16, 19. I don't have lethal. So can't pump the Chain Dancer. So I guess we'll just block like that. So I didn't want the land anyway, so that's okay. I guess we'll do this. So literal 0 artifacts and enchantments deck? Is that what I'm playing against? All right. Well, you know, it was a good experiment. I wanted to see if... Oh, there you go. They have 1. Well, that's good. What's this? Oh, just a 6 mana 7/6 trample that makes Power Stone tokens. Yeah, that's good. Well, if they attack with Baloth and we can kill the Prowler with something, we can still kill them. Yeah, we have a chance here, believe it or not. Let's see. Let's see, attack with everything. Like a block. But then we still have a blocker for the Baloth, so we definitely want to attack with everything here. Block. Oh, they could block us and kill us here. I'm going to see if they block the correct way. If they block the Clear Cutter on the Prowler and then the Prowler on whatever, we die. Because Giant Growth's not enough to kill the Clear Cutter, so they'll have 2 attackers and we'll only have 1 blocker. But I still think I want to do this attack. Alright, so now we Giant Growth the Opportunist. And play another Opportunist. You know, the fact that this deck has any wins with the matches that we've had is that in itself is that's a feat. Let's bring in a Giant Growth and another Guy's Gift, I guess. Just all the combat tricks, I guess, is what the plan is now at this point. Oh my goodness. All right. Oh boy. All right. Like I said, lesson learned. Went for the fade from history in the artifact format. Not good enough. All right, we'll keep this. So they can't block our Sprite. That's good. Guess we're probably dropping a, I don't know, Prowler here maybe. No, I guess Mishra makes the best use of mana, so we'll do that. Oh, so take out Fate from history and they play rare artifacts. I see. It's gonna be one of those. It's gonna be one of those drafts. I get it. I get it. I get it. That's how you want to play it. I got it. It's cool. It's all right. We'll bring the Fade from Histories back in Game 3 if it gets the Game 3. Epic Confrontation on the Chain Dancer or what? Yeah. Sure. Yep. All right. Bunch of Prowlers. We'll do our first one. The land. Play the land. Play another Prowler. I guess we can attack first. Miss. So we'll pass. Guess I could play the land and build towards this Sprite. It's probably not the worst idea. I'm gonna take it because, well, I was gonna say because we have 2 Fade from Histories, but we don't. Hey, another artifact. Nice. It's okay. It's just 2 amazing cards. They're really debating it, huh? All right. Went with the, what I felt like was the obvious choice. Oh, just a worm coil engine too. If my opponent loses this, they might have to commit seppuku because they will have lost against the worst deck while they have worm coil engine and like every good card in the game. Okay, so that's what it says. That's not good enough. Do that. So I'll probably just play the land. Got lifelink too, right? Yeah. Alright. Oh, pallbearer. Well, that's cool. So they can't block the sprite. I guess we'll just do... This only pumps assembly workers, right? Okay. Well, that's good. Only dealing 14 damage. We don't quite have... So I think I'll just... Let's see, I can pump the assembler. I'm actually just going to block here. All right, so we'll go to game 3. Fade from Histories will come back in. Since game 2 we saw all the targets, game 1 we saw really none of the targets except a clear cutter. All right, I think we'll ditch probably a couple giant growths, try and leave the guys gifts. And we'll bring back the Fade from Histories. And I guess we'll do a shoot down too, and probably for another giant growth, because that just straight up deals with Worm Coil Engine in a really nice, clean way. So we'll do that and run it back. And if we end up with 2 victories with this deck, that's like infinitely more than this deck deserves. This deck turned out as awful as it probably could have. It was ambitious looking, but yeah, it's as bad as everyone thought it was. It is definitely as bad as everyone thought it was. It's okay though. Try experiments. Try out cards. I was on the fence with Fade from History anyway. I've seen it come up big. I've seen it do nothing, but I think 3 matches of mediocrity is enough to tell me we don't need to do Fade from History anymore. All right, we'll play first. Yeah, we can keep this. To be honest, not not the best hand, but that's all right. All right, I guess we have a 2-2. Lost our shoot down though, unfortunately. Not going to help against those Worm Coil Engines. Losing 3 spells not ideal either. But at least we didn't lose the pallbearer. I guess that's something to brag about, maybe. Oh, that's too bad. I mean, technically we didn't need it, but I'm pretty sure we don't need to land here, too. I might just want a 2-2. So mill 3 spells, then mill 3 lands. All right. Still have 2 Fade from Histories in here. I guess that's something. Oh, that's cool. I like it. Oh. 2 mana, 2/3 as well, huh? That's good. Don't you get like a triple hasty thing out of that too, or what? So you get a 6/6 on next turn. Seems pretty good. Guess we'll trade the 2/2 for the 2/2. They could have attacked with a 6/6 instead if they wanted. Oh, more artifacts. That's good. Oh, land. So, am I going to be able to get to the Fade from History? Probably not, huh? Alright. Fade from History. We have 2. Gotta hope. Keep the land in case we draw one of our Mishras so we can dig more for it. Just about halfway through the deck, so maybe we're close to one. Who knows? No more shoot downs, unfortunately. That's our clean answer to this problem. So double block the 6/6. Oh, I guess we actually double block the Worm Coil. Because then at least we can blow it up with a Fade from History draw. That's true. So Pallbearer, and I have to chump to not die. Unless they have Guy's Gift, in which we'll die. Fade from History or bust. Now Fade from History doesn't get us out of it. All right, ended up going 1-2. Very much deserved for this deck. Will not be drafting Fade from History anymore, but glad I did it. Glad I got to do the... I was interested in seeing what that archetype was like, especially getting multiples of them. Not good. But that's okay. You can watch me learn the hard way, which I definitely did. All right, easy Mishra's command pick here. This card's amazing. You end up usually just killing something and buffing something huge and killing very effectively and efficiently. All right, and then this one. Ooh, this is a really unexciting one. I guess you'd probably first pick the 2 mana 3/3. This really isn't that good. Only makes your legends +1/+0 and indestructible, but otherwise, gosh, and it's 2-color. It's really very, very unexciting first pick. Could take the Altar. I don't really like this. It's okay. It's slow. This format's fast. Could take the Air Marshal. The Soldier archetype is really good. Air Marshal is just kind of one of the plain Jane unexciting ones. Jeez, I guess I'd go Air Marshal. I'm not sure. That'd be a bad bag if you had to first pick an Air Marshal. All right, thanks for tuning in, folks. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you for the next one.